Crystal. Welcome
Hi.
to welcome to the Chop City Bathing Show, or maybe the Chop Citizen Show. I'm not sure. I'm still workshopping how we want to call it, but welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here today.
Yeah, I told you this is going to be a relaxed conversation. So, how are you
Mhm.
today?
Today I'm all right. It's been a busy day. I've had a couple other meetings, but all things related to entrepreneurship and the business and all the back end things behind the business. So it's been a good day. It's been productive.
Okay, I was looking at your page and saw that you have done radio. You talked to
Mhm.
one of my old colleagues in optical. Yes,
Yes.
so you've been on Morgan's station and a few stages as well.
Yeah, listen, the power of social media is such that if you use your powers for good, they'll be for good, and it helps to really get the message out there to reach some different people, and the ability to really share information is something that I love. She had a call out to say, hey, I'm meeting with entrepreneurs on the show. If you want to share your business with the community, like, come on to the show. So I sent her something. Next thing you know, I'm at the studio, and that's how that happens. So now we are always interconnected. She's put me on to other opportunities, and she's a part of my village, and I'm a part of her village. And then with Deanna at WEAA, a friend of mine, Imani Nia Robinson, happened to be on the show to talk about her TV show, Three Blind Mice. And then I met Deanna at an
Yeah.
event, and she's like, hey, would you want to be on the show? Great. So again, it's all about community and how I'm able to meet people, to stay connected, to be able to talk about what it is that I'm doing, and what is happening with the business, and really all about me, and then it begets other
Yeah.
opportunities. So that's how it all happens.
All right. So tell us about the business.
Well, the
Mhm.
business is all about sharing encouragement, inspiration, and motivation through stationery. And it's taken me a little while to really fine tune what that looks like and what that sounds like, because it is a product business and not a service based business. I always think in terms of this is what the actual physical product is, but it's more than that. That when
Mhm.
people talk about a birthday card that they received, or when they think about a special moment when they received a greeting card, they immediately talk about the feeling and the person and the occasion, and the memory of it. So that speaks to the encouragement, the inspiration, the motivation, the love, the care and concern that is
Mhm.
captured inside of stationery. And I started creating greeting cards in 2021 with zero experience. Zero experience. Zero. This
Zero?
much experience
No.
in the field. Yep.
You've
No.
no, I'm not letting you
Mm-mm.
say that because
Nope.
you've written a card or two at least.
Well, I mean, yes, I've written messages
Uh-huh.
inside of greeting cards that I've given to other people, but have I ever created one? Absolutely not. Have I ever owned a product-based business? Absolutely not.
Hmm.
Never. But I saw that there were no greeting cards for Mother's Day for friends on the market, and I
Hmm.
decided, well, I want to create them. Excuse me. And that is how the business got started. Is I saw something in my head that I didn't see available on the shelf, and I decided, you know what, I want to see it there. And that's how the business got started.
That's good. So that's classic. I want to solve a problem that I have of my own. So yeah, that
Yep.
makes sense. That's how the
Yep.
businesses are started.
Yep.
I'm in a similar position. It's like I am not seeing myself out there. I'm launching into a product-based business with hats and
Mm-hmm.
postcards soon, which I
Mm-hmm.
really want to talk to you about that part.
Good.
But yeah, it's around civic engagement. And because I was a civic director previously and I've always been an advocate, I felt like that isn't something that we see specifically with Black people. It's like either you're running for office or you've experienced something where you really feel like you need to advocate. But there's another way where this is something that's supposed to be a regular occurrence
Yeah.
with everyday life. You have to participate in a democracy. It's falling,
Yeah.
but we got to
Yeah.
participate.
That's right. And the only way to keep it afloat is to participate, because the
Hmm.
machine is going to keep on moving. But if you decide to get on it, and then you can
Hmm.
provide your input, share your voice, offer up your perspective to begin to shape things,
Mhm.
with like-minded people in the same kind of way, because it's going to go on with or without you.
It surely is. It surely is. So what's your favorite part of the product, or the business itself? What's your favorite part?
Seeing people's reaction to it. That is my absolute favorite part, is that when people touch the card, they immediately comment, "Oh, I like how this feels. This is some good paper." Or, "Oh, look at that message." Or they begin to smile or make these, really, I don't know, really, really sweet sounds that
Oh,
that sound right
like
there.
that. Yes.
I will never, ever, ever get over that. When I see people smile, when I see them, motion to somebody else to come over to look at it, that will never, ever get old to me. And it's never lost on me that people can make a lot of choices, and we make a lot of choices in a day. When
Mhm.
somebody makes a choice and a decision to add an Around the Way Parchment greeting card to their celebration, event, occurrence, that it's not lost on me that that is special. And I appreciate having the company being invited into their lives in that way.
Yeah. Yeah. I just recently found out a few months ago. So maybe it's not so recent, but I found out a few months ago that my mother actually saves all of the cards that she receives. I had no idea. And I wish I was probably more sentimental, like because of her, I'll probably start. But she has ones like from my late father. She has ones for me. Like she just keeps them in a box. And like even that is just like something to hold on to, like as a part of like a family heirloom almost.
Yeah,
'Cause you-
and you would be surprised, or maybe not,
Mhm.
that even when I have workshops with elementary age children as young as third and fourth grade, they are able to talk to me about a card that they've received and
Mhm.
tell me who it was from, what the occasion was, how it made them feel, what their relationship is like with the person. That right there speaks to the fact that it is more than just a piece of paper. And again, I keep cards too, and I can think about men, women, old, young, all races, shapes, sizes, from all over the place, who talk to me about the power of these pieces of paper and how important they are.
Yeah. So you're touching every demographic because
Yes.
everybody has an occasion or has a person.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Every single person does. And all of us want to be thought of in such a way that someone takes time to select something for you, whether it's for your birthday,
Hmm.
or if it's for sympathy, or, congratulations. Everybody wants to be thought of in that
Yeah,
way.
that's true. So you said that you started because you wanted to give something to show your appreciation to your mom friends, right?
Yes.
Tell me more about your village of moms. I'm
The
assuming it's a
Village
whole
of
village.
Moms, it started actually before the cards, because I started writing a blog in 2016 entitled Around the Way Mom. And really, it was about me sharing encouragement, advice to moms about how they can remember themselves despite whatever phase or stage of motherhood they were in. Because
Mhm.
quite often, we'll say, all right, the kids are on the scene later. For me, it's all about them. My point was, is not later for you, it is front and center you, and it's thinking about them. Because if you're not okay, then obviously your child is not going to be okay, and no one else will be. And I've been able to have women in my life who, all of my closest friends are mothers, and several of them are mothers of single children. I have a single child as well.
Mhm.
And again, I some of them are older than my child, so they've been moms longer than me. Some, we have had kids at the same time. But again, that showed me that there is community amongst moms, because I could call them up with maybe a technical question. Well, how do you do this, or what happens when this happens, especially in the baby years, right?
Mhm.
But then
Mhm.
now that I'm in the teenage years, I now have other moms that I can lean on. Either we're going through some things at the same time, or
Yeah.
they've already experienced it and they're like, okay, just buckle up. Okay, it might get a little bumpy, but you're
Can we
gonna
talk about
survive.
that?
Yeah.
So I am now a mom of a teenager. I mean, I've been
Mhm.
for a few years. My eldest is 15. I have a 15-year-old and a 9-year-old.
Mhm.
And what I received in terms of information from most people is that, yeah, that you're in for a wild ride. And it was really centered on the child's behavior, which think like knock on wood, my daughter has been a gym this entire time. But what I was not expecting was my emotionalness to like, oh, like her going to high school was such a
Mhm.
major like jump to me.
Mhm.
And it's okay, so like it was a mind fuck because
Yeah.
she's literally walking the steps that I've walked because I'm from Baltimore. She's going,
Yeah.
she's going to she didn't go to the same high school that I went to, but it's the same campus.
Yeah.
So like even going there like flooded me with like memories, but also just like I can relate to potentially like how she's feeling with this new thing, and it's bringing sentimental thoughts to me. And then also like the world is truly opening up for her. How
Mhm.
our dynamic is different. Like I really do have to hold her and hold space for her like a different way. So like my motherhood identity is like starting to shift a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I have become more, I don't even know, intense is not the word, but I've seen myself adjust and shift as he's gotten older, and he is about to go to high school. He's 13,
Mhm.
but I can think about when he was born, and when we came home, I literally looked at him and I said, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with you. What are we
No.
gonna do? What am I supposed to do? And I even wrote about in the blog that I did not fall in love with him immediately when he was born. And I
Mhm.
kind of felt weird that I would hear other moms say, "Oh my God, I was in love." After I gave birth, it's like, "Oh, I just love you." No, I
Yeah.
looked at him and I thought, "What's up?"
No,
Hey,
I
I'm your
think that
mom.
we've overhyped that part. Because to be honest with you,
Yeah.
I'm with you. I didn't fall in love immediately. It's like this floppy thing, like, oh, you're
Yeah,
here now.
yeah.
Very
No, because
interesting.
I didn't, because again, relationships for me are built over time. We need to have some
Mhm.
things in common. We have to have some experiences in order for me to, solidify that relationship. And I'm thinking the fact that you came out of me is not enough for me to act like I'm in love with you. I don't know you and you don't know me. We don't have a rhythm. But as he's gotten older, I am very much, about him and very much in love with who he is. And you're right that my identity as a mom has really shifted and changed. But that's another beauty of having mom friends is you
Mhm.
can either have people who can talk about their journey as a mom and how it shifted, and you can have people who are shifting right along with you. And I am very grateful to have people who span all of the gamut, basically, from family and with friends. My sister-in-law, my sister, I can think about cousins and friends that I'm able to have a lot of examples around me to really show me what that looks like.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're showing them how to, like you said before, like show up for themselves. So
Mm-hmm.
I saw that you did events as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Prosecco.
It's called Paper, Pens, and
Okay.
Prosecco.
Funny how I
Yeah.
remembered the alcohol part, but whatever.
That was important. That was very intentional. I am a champagne, a sparkling wine, a
Mhm.
bubbly liquid lover. Literally, if it has
Okay.
bubbles in it. Aside, I'm not a soda girl. Let me clarify. I'm a
Uh-huh.
sparkling water. I'm a sparkling wine and champagne girl. That's what I
Okay.
am.
All
Yeah.
right. I'm a whiskey
Mhm.
kind of girl, but maybe there's one that we can have with that.
You can have yours and I can have mine, and we can just, cheers, and that'll be
This is true.
good.
This is true. Yeah. So tell me more about the event.
Yeah, I started Paper Pens and Prosecco as an interactive card writing event, a way to take the cards out of people's drawers, off the website, and say, let's actually do something productive with them. Not even productive, but let's do something with them on behalf of somebody else. And this year, in honor of Thinking of You Week, which is sponsored by the Greeting Card Association of America, there
Oh,
is a thing, right?
okay.
Everybody has their
Yeah.
associations.
True.
But Thinking of You Week is really about encouraging people to send 7 cards to 7 people in 7 days. I love it.
When is
What
this?
it was September 15th through
Okay.
20 through the 21st. So it's in
Got it.
September of every year.
Okay.
I decided to do something different this year. And instead of me saying, I want to promote Around the Way Parchment cards, buy 7 cards, 7 cards, I said, forget it. I want to do something where we are sending cards to somebody else.
Mhm.
And I partnered with Accent Care, which is a hospice and palliative care agency. They worked with my mom last year when my mom received hospice care services through them.
Mhm.
And I called them up and I said, hey, would you all like to receive encouragement cards for patients and caregivers? And the answer was yes. And that was the end of it. So, what I thought was going to be one event turned into 3 in 3 days.
Oh wow.
And yeah, so one was in Baltimore City, one was in Savage in the Columbia area, the other was in PG County. And all 3 spaces are brick and mortar spaces owned by Black women who I already have partnerships with in some kind of way. And people came, they wrote cards of encouragement to patients and caregivers, and I delivered 130 cards to Accent Care, and those cards are now being given out to patients and caregivers as a way to encourage them throughout their journey.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. That is really sweet. And you're building like community. I'm sure. I mean, I have been to like specialty events like that. So it's an
Hmm.
event. I'm assuming that if you have music, it's not too loud. It really is something where you get to sit down with people that you
Yes.
may not even know at the time, but even the
Yep.
conversations that you can have within that moment, like it provides like even more of a kinship with just,
Yeah.
strangers. Like it becomes that close just that quick.
It was extremely therapeutic, and there is a lot of power to being able to encourage somebody in your moment, whatever that
Mhm.
moment may be. And there was a portion where people were talking, times when people were talking with each other, sharing with each other, where I was asking people, I guess I don't want to use the word workshop style, but being able to really talk about the purpose of why we're there, and getting a gauge and a read from people with their experience with caregiving, in
Mhm.
whatever facet, it may be. But everybody has some kind of experience and a touch point with it. And then people were, by the end, at all 3 events, hugging each other, exchanging numbers. There were tears. There were a lot of aha moments where people felt supported in being able to support somebody else.
Yeah.
And, again, everybody who came had some kind of experience with somebody transitioning, through death. And that wasn't the focus of it. It wasn't to bring it down. However, they knew how important encouragement was for them at some point of their life, whether
Hmm.
it was, in a grief moment, or it was in some other moment of their life. And that was the real point. But what I'm doing with these experiences is being able to take them and really tailor them to different spaces, and saying, okay, this is about sharing encouragement with people. This was the group that this was shared with. Maybe the encouragement is going to moms. Maybe the encouragement is going to dads for Father's Day. Maybe it's going to young people in a homeless shelter. Like, no matter what it is, but people can all benefit. All people can benefit from encouragement.
Yeah, that's true. You mentioned dads.
Hmm.
They seem the gripe seems to be like everybody forgets them Father's Day, like they don't have like a special moment. Do you feel like you have to put like a special emphasis, not a special emphasis, but do you really consider them like in your work?
I do consider dads in my work. Sadly, my customers haven't considered dads. I have offered for 3 of the 4 years Father's Day cards, and they have been a super slow
Hmm.
snail selling product. Right? But
Yeah,
then but then folks will say, we need dads, we need dads, we need. Well, then where are you showing up to be able to do that? Or are you buying the car on your way to the meal that he's outside cooking over the grill, right?
that's true.
So
I mean,
again,
I'm guilty of that, but yes, you're right.
it's made me think about how I want to approach Father's Day moving forward. Perhaps it is
Hmm.
partnering with an organization that really supports dads, and then is some kind of card writing, something like, we are going to send cards of encouragement to dads for Father's Day, right? So
Hmm.
it's making me think about it in a different way, to be creative, to still reach them, to let them know that they're thought of.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they are. Thank you. My father, my own father, passed 2 years ago. I was just looking at a picture of him earlier today. Um, and I recognize that everybody, my dad was so awesome. And I recognize that maybe everybody doesn't have that, but there has to be something like somebody, a father like figure, a father that you
Yeah.
see is just like doing a good thing that they just
Hmm.
might need, even just like a quick note. It doesn't necessarily have to be for Father's Day, but
Yep.
something, because like you said, like everybody has something worth celebrating, or someone to celebrate.
Yeah, I,
Yeah.
I agree. Their dads are important, and we can all do better with letting them know just how important they are.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's definitely true. How so you started business in 2021, you said, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
So what were you doing before?
Well, while I was doing it,
Oh, yeah, that's true. Hold on. Sorry, I forgot because it requires both. Yeah.
simultaneously, right? I have been in education, and when I started the business, and yeah, when I started the business, and up to a year ago, I was working to support high school students around their college application process. So, been in education for a while, done a
Nice.
number of different things in education, and I stepped away from that position last year. And again, to give me some space to really focus on the business in a different way. And I realized that I had reached the end of my tenure
Hmm.
with my role in that particular job, and in supporting students in that way. And I look forward to being able to support students in other ways regarding their understanding around entrepreneurship, or card writing, or
Hmm.
anything along those lines.
Do you have new thoughts on college? Like the because so much has
um
changed within the last few months.
a lot over the last year. I am
Yeah.
literally, when I left, things were in flux then. I still believe in the value of college. I do believe that it's important to look at and to recognize who the person is. I
Hmm.
do wholeheartedly 1000% stand by learning. Learning is essential, because even when I
Hmm.
would work with students who would say, well, college isn't for me, and then I would, through more discussion, be able to figure out, well, what are their interests. I then had to always go back to, well, you got to learn, in order to be successful with anything. Learning never ever stops. And so, while it may not be a 2 year or a 4 year college, I need students to and people to understand that they will be learning for the rest of their lives. That it's not like, okay, I learned this and then I'm done and I'll never have to read, or I'll ever have to learn anything else. So I do believe that colleges is a valuable resource. And I also know that learning is 1000% going to be required no matter what they do. And that's the part that I think some students that they don't think about. They think, oh, I
Yeah.
want to do whatever, and I don't have to learn, or I don't have any skills that I'm lacking. No, you don't know anything about this. So you have to learn it.
Yeah, that they definitely just started life. It's like, how
Yeah.
could you think that this is not the pinnacle, baby girl, baby boy?
Mm-mm.
It's definitely
No,
not.
no, no, no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. I'm already starting to think about college for my daughter. I mean, we've been talking about it like all along the way. It's like you have to go to school. I didn't complete college, but
Mhm.
it still played like such a pivotal role for me. I went to Morgan
Yeah.
State. So I'm like, I'm really like serious about HBCUs.
Hmm.
Though Johns Hopkins with this free tuition thing.
They are doing their big one with that. That is very important. And you know, one of the things that I'm doing with my son now, even with him being in the eighth grade, is getting him on college campuses now.
Hmm.
Now,
Hmm.
at this
Hmm.
point, and somebody might say, "Oh, well, he's not applying." Well, he has eyes. He has
You
a
got
brain.
eyes.
He can
Yep.
formulate opinions, and it does mean that we're going to double back, right? That the schools that he sees now, we may
Hmm.
go to events or even college tours, or you can walk on campuses and perform a self tour. And
Yeah.
then later, when he begins to have a real more narrowed down list, then we go back if it's some of the same schools, because then his eyes will be different in the 11th grade, right? And the
Yep.
priorities will be different. But start seeing things now and start exposing. It's all about exposure. So start exposing yourself now to
Yeah.
these things.
For sure. Yep. My 9-year-old, he over the summer he did a camp that was at both Morgan and Coppin.
Mm-hmm.
So like without me even nudging him, he's like, I want to go to Morgan. And of course me,
Yes.
I'm like, but that it has to be his choice. So, we'll see.
That's
I let
right.
him make
That's
those
right. But
choices.
see, those moments are very, very pivotal. The same way that, you know, my experiences along the lines from writing a blog to meeting with, you know, Poet, meeting with Deanna, meeting with this person, that person, connecting with you
Mhm.
online. All of these touch points go into creating this entrepreneur, you know, that you
Uh-huh.
see. All of these moments are important, and all of them count.
Yes.
Yeah.
How long did you have the blog?
I had the blog for 4 years. I had the blog for 4 years.
That's a long
I did.
time.
I sure did. I had the blog. I started it in 2016. And then when everything jumped off with the cards and the formation of it, I didn't keep the blog in 2021. So, really,
Mhm.
4 years. Yeah, that was a long time
Yeah.
for me to never have done something like that before. I just
Right.
said, well, I can write. I'm going to get online. I'm going to create a website and just do the thing. And
That's
that's the
how it
thing.
goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm definitely not afraid to try something.
Okay.
And many of the times, if I take too long to think about it, then I'll talk myself out of it. But if I just go, then I'll just go, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. What is that the advice that you would give for other entrepreneurs?
Yep. You have an idea. I say don't spend too much time trying to research it, beta test it, this and that. Start somewhere, right? You got to start with something. If it is, you need to get your back end right, depending on what the business is. If it requires a website, then do that.
Hmm.
Whatever types of, you know, backings it requires. So making sure that you're right with the state, making sure you do that,
Hmm.
take care of that correctly, and then start to get moving, right? That we have a lot of information at our fingertips, and you can do all the research you want, but it never amounts to anything if you don't execute it, if you don't actually start somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely got to start. You definitely got to start. And then, yeah, that'll teach you pretty much everything that you need to know about business,
Yep.
especially once you finally get sales. Because, like
Yep.
that's the important part. Then you really are in business. Like there's actual
Yes.
transaction happening. Yeah.
Yes, that
So,
makes it very real.
yeah, that makes it very real. I'm learning that part. I feel like I'm not quite in business yet, but I've had one or two pre-sales with my hat. So it's like, oh, this is
Good.
how it goes. This is
Good.
how, yeah. So I like
And
that.
then you'll begin to learn a whole lot about marketing. And even with what you've already done, it is about getting people's eyes on you, right? It's about getting
Hmm.
the attention, getting people to pay attention, and then you'll be thinking about marketing in your sleep.
Yes, you do. So, which is very interesting. I mean, of course, I've started with marketing, with digital marketing or influencer
Hmm.
marketing.
Yeah.
Um, and it's taken me a minute to realize, like, no, like I'm legitimate in this space.
Right.
But it didn't seem that way for a long time. But for you, you have actually been marketing your business, well, your product.
Hmm.
How much, I guess, how much of your brain or how much of the business do you feel like has to hinge on like social media in order to get the word out?
I don't know, man. It I don't know. I'm in a relationship with social media because while it is good to be able to as a tool for marketing, it is not the only tool. And
Hmm.
that is the part that I am very clear on. So, yes, I use social media as a tool. I utilize my email list as a tool, events that I participate in as a tool, word of mouth as a tool, and it has still connected me to a lot of people, and it has opened up a lot of opportunities that I can never ever ever discount. And
Hmm.
out of all the platforms, Instagram has been the one that has converted the most sales for me.
Hmm.
And while the follower count isn't where I want it to be, that doesn't negate the impact. And that's what I have to remind myself about, is that it's not about the numbers, it is about the impact, it is about the product. Because if the product was trash and I
Hmm.
had 10,000 followers, then none of that would ever matter.
Yep.
And what I know is that the product is not trash. It is good. It is great. And now it's about me being able to utilize these tools to gain more folks to know about it. That's what it's about. Awareness, driving
Yes.
up and increasing the awareness.
Crystal, you
Yeah.
know all the things. Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna click this up for
I'm
that
telling
elevator
you,
pitch.
I'm telling you, when I say this is in my mind
Hmm.
constantly, about ways for me to get better at it. So
Yeah.
it is something that I think about, something that I am working on. So I'm not only thinking about it, but I'm working on it and I'm executing it and I'm trying this and I'm trying that. Let's see if this works. Let's give this a try. So this is all happening in real time.
Yeah, yeah. And it really is a lot of trial and error, especially just like with the rapid pace that the algorithms are changing, people's interests are
Mhm.
changing, people's brains are changing.
Yep.
So yeah, you definitely had to figure out, well, like, what's the new way? I mean, the musical jingles probably aren't necessarily going to hit. Well, maybe they will. People have a nostalgic thing now.
It
Yeah.
depends. It really depends, because again, what I have found is that I am less prone to jump on a trend as I am to be authentic to who I am.
Mhm.
And, maybe there might be a little trendy moment mixed in with who I am, but I always said, I'm not getting on the internet dancing. I'm not doing a dance move. I'm
I
just
have.
not doing it. So again, because that's not natural to me. So again, it's because it would look forced. It would look fake. It would look
Yeah.
like, well, what are you doing? Am I shucking and jiving to get you to buy this card? Like I can't, it's not going to feel
Yeah.
natural to me. So
Right.
I got to show up how it feels natural to me. And the person who connects with that is going to be the person who it lands with.
Yeah, that's true. No line dancing, no, you sure? Because there's a
Not on
new
the
one
internet.
out.
Now I will line dance all day, every day, but I'm not
Okay.
gonna do it on the internet. That just isn't how I'm gonna show up to sell
That's
the
fair.
product. It's not, if it's not gonna feel, it's not going to be authentic to the business side.
Sure, sure,
Now to
sure.
Crystal, when it's time, when the line dance come on, absolutely.
Okay.
But if you want me to be selling you a product while I'm line dancing, it ain't gonna happen.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. So we have cards. Is there
Mhm.
anything else in the stationery collection?
It is. I have a notepad set
Mhm.
that I created specifically for entrepreneur hers. So I call them, and I'm pulling out one piece of it now, but I have
Mhm.
a notepad set. So I have a larger, and this has my writing on it, but I have a to do, will do, can do, and you see I
Oh,
use
I
it
need that.
list.
Yeah.
I have this that goes with it. It also comes with an ink pen. It comes with a note card, and it comes with sticky notes, which are right here. So I have a
Hmm.
notepad set that I created this entrepreneur her collection to think about Black women in business. That again, where are the cars that are uplifting and encouraging and motivating Black women in business, because we are the fastest growing segment of new business owners. There
Hmm.
isn't one. Nobody's thought about us when it
That's
comes
crazy.
to stationery in this way. And so, along with the entrepreneur her cards that I have this notepad set as well.
Okay. Yes.
Yep.
Well, I definitely need that. So
Mhm.
I'll be making a
It is
purchase soon.
available.
Yeah, I will be making a purchase soon. Um, have you given any consideration or have you had in the past stickers?
I have not done stickers. I have not done stickers, and the main reason is that I see and I am connected to other stationers who do stickers really well.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna leave it to the experts who do
That's
stickers
smart.
really
That
well.
that is
Yeah,
smart.
yeah. I
Um,
mean, because the thing is, I don't stationery is an umbrella, right?
mhm.
And you have all of these pieces that come underneath it. And I'm not saying I'll never do stickers. I haven't done stickers yet for a few reasons. I haven't connected with the manufacturer that I like the product for what it is that I want to do. And then I've also wanted to, to leave it to the experts right now in the field.
Mhm.
So maybe,
Okay. All right.
yeah,
It's
maybe.
I have found that I am much more of a sticker girly than what I wanted to admit. At first, I was just like
Hmm.
saving the stickers, but now I'm like, no, you can actually put it on something. Like, I don't know
That's
what you're waiting
right.
for.
That's right. And
Uh,
that's a really good point, because I'm looking at some stickers from some folks that I have purchased, and I'm like, oh, why do I just have them sitting on my desk? I need to
mhm.
use them.
You
Thank
just gotta
you.
use them.
I'll do
So,
that. Hmm.
well,
Hmm.
Crystal, tell us where we can find you.
You can find me, number one, on the website. That's right. Go to the website
Yes,
around.
e-commerce.
That's right, aroundthewayparchment.com. And then also on Instagram and over on TikTok at ATW Parchment. And that is where you can locate me.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yes, I need to check out TikTok. I see you on Instagram, of course. You know, we see each other on Threads. Yes, I know you said that you haven't been on there as of late, but I'm so glad that you were on there.
I
I like
know.
Threads.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
I do like threads. I have to be, again, just intentional with getting on there. It is
Mhm.
on and popping over on TikTok. Okay, let me tell you something. First of all, I have a good time on social media, period. I
Uh-huh.
like it. I enjoy it. I use it for good. And I enjoy TikTok that I have found some excellent recipes. Number
Hmm.
one, great recipes on there,
True.
really good product recommendations, and then also being able to just find out and learn new information. My most recent book I'm reading, it was recommended on TikTok, and now I love it. And again, I use it for that. It is also great for just finding out pop culture news and,
That's true.
funny things, and seeing this little kid somewhere in London who's a chef. And I love it, and I enjoy TikTok. And what I do is I intentionally change whatever it is that I'm presenting on these platforms, and I use TikTok to really just talk about some experiences that I'm having, being in business, or things that I'm listening to as I'm
Mhm.
working from home, things that I'm reading, or just other things like that. So it's different content.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on there. I mean, I've been posting on there just a little bit, but I still am not a big TikTok consumer.
Uh-huh.
So I bet
I enjoy it. I
I'm gonna
enjoy
enjoy it.
it.
I'm a YouTube girly. Well, thank you so much, Crystal. Thank you for coming on. Tell people just one more time where they can find you.
Yeah, so Around the Way Parchment for greeting cards and stationery. The website is aroundthewayparchment.com. And then you can locate the business at ATW Parchment on social media platforms. And I'm Crystal Henry, the founder, the proud founder of the company.
All right. Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
That's it, guys. We'll talk to you next time.